was the last time you shared those hard parts of your story with someone else? Or do you hold those cards close to your chest because you fear that you'll be rejected or judged in some way, and that'll be too painful if you really tell someone what's really going on with you? Well, let's get real and honest for a moment. We've all got struggles because we're all imperfect. And even the top people in their field, the best in their field, still sometimes struggle. The financial advisors, the top-notch financial advisors, often or sometimes in moments, I'm sure, are not always wise with money in every decision. And even the best doctors, I'm sure, don't in every case take the best care of their bodies. And superstar musicians even don't hit every note perfectly. Even all-pro wide receivers drop passes sometimes. Sometimes therapists even struggle with anxiety and depression in different seasons of life or different times. And even the most effective, best life coaches don't have life all figured out and don't always do everything just right. You see, people call me for coaching when they feel uncertain about what's next for them, or maybe they want what's next for them and they don't know how to get it, or they feel overwhelmed or overworked or stressed or unfulfilled in life and work and in their business. And they're usually desperate for change in those moments, and they often feel like giving up. And I am gifted and wise in giving guidance in those times and empowering people for change, for the change that they want in their life and their work and their business. But I even have days where I struggle just the same. There are those days where I do too much. There are those days where I lose sight of what is most important. And there are those times when I don't make the wisest decisions. There are those days when I feel impatient or afraid, and sometimes I react to that. And I try to force things that maybe aren't best in that time, in those moments. And there are days that I overcommit and allow my people pleasing and my perfectionism to overcome me. And that becomes very stressful and frustrating. Yet each time I learn from it, I realize it, and then I eventually return to my truth, sometimes hopefully sooner than later. But for so many years, I wanted to hide my inadequacies and my imperfections from others because it was painful. Yet, and it was even scary to think I would be judged or rejected for my imperfections. Yet now I realize that actually it makes me a better coach. That it allows me to connect deeper with my clients in true authenticity and true vulnerability. Because isn't that what we all want? We're wired for connection, and that's what we truly desire. We crave connection like nothing else. And when we're disconnected from other people, we abandon our deepest, purest, truest desire deep in our heart. See, perfectionism and shame want to keep us quiet. They want us to believe that hiding our vulnerability is the answer, and that feeling alone and disconnected is okay, and that that's what we deserve. But we've got to resist that urge. And because perfectionism is not our safe place like we think sometimes. It may be comfortable, but it's not safe. And it's not the prize that we're seeking. It is not our best friend either. Perfectionism is actually an unattainable myth. And it is, real honestly, a thief and a liar. It steals life from us, and it steals connection from us every day. And freeing ourselves from the bondage of perfectionism requires us to let go of who we think we're supposed to be, or who we wish that we were, and actually just simply be who we are. It means being to be courageous enough to be vulnerable, to share those hard parts of our story with someone, to be real and authentic, to bravely embrace the connection that we want so badly. And to plain out just be perfectly imperfect and be loved and appreciated and enjoyed all the same for it.